Hey Bambies, Kaleidow here and welcome back to another tiny homes build in The Sims 4. So today we are creating a renovated school bus. So this was a lot of fun and I've been wanting to do this one for so long. I've had it written down in my notes for quite some time. And yeah, I'm just so excited I got to do it today. It's so much better than I thought it would turn out. I did have kind of an idea of what I wanted it to look like when I started. I wanted it to be like the typical American yellow school bus, but unfortunately, because I don't have much build custom content, I don't think I have any at all actually. I might have a couple pieces here and there, but I didn't have the correct things that I needed to make this build a like yellow school bus. Because I can't get that yellow look, I thought why not try something else, and I go for something a little bit more darker. So it definitely is supposed to be a totally reimagined sort of school bus, totally repurposed and everything. So it's gonna be awesome, right? And I really love the idea of kind of taking something that was possibly abandoned or not in use anymore and giving it something like a new purpose. I really like that whole idea, upcycling. And now you guys can see the more charcoal kind of color scheme I'm going for. I really did try to get the yellow at first, but you never know, maybe in the future I'll find some custom content and we might be able to make another school bus renovation. As this one, to go with the black theme on the outside, I thought why not make it a bit more modern, chic on the inside to kind of match. I don't think super hippy-dippy bohemian would have suited this build if I did it that way. So yeah, now we're trying to make it look a lot more like a bus, and I have to say adding those lights really did. If only we had red lights to put up on the top there, and I do put a little bit of detailing that kind of, I don't know, gives it a name. I don't know what the owners who would live in this would call the bus. Maybe you guys could help me out in the comments down below what you think this bus could be called, like its nickname. But I do know that a lot of people do name their buses just like they name their trucks or their cars, their vehicles. It's just such a quirky little thing. I really like how people do that. A lot of people in my grade would name their cars. I remember somebody's was Betsy. Ethan's, I can't remember what Ethan's is called, but Ethan's mum's car is called the Hippo. I really like that one. So if you guys have any suggestions for a name for this build, let me know down below. Now we're up to the kitchen. I'm pretty happy with the outside, and I really like that I put these big open windows. So this is something that I actually saw on a YouTube video. I watched so many of these videos, so a lot of these ideas that I put into these videos are pulled from those sorts of things, like inspiration on YouTube. So I have seen that some people did put bigger windows to bring in more light into the school buses. So I really wanted to kind of imitate that. It was hard to get the right window to suit the school bus kind of feel. You don't really have that many windows to choose from in The Sims 4 when it comes to, like, I don't know, I really wanted one that has a opening, like you can open it, looks like you can slide it up and down. We don't have any of those, unfortunately, which kind of is understandable. We don't have windows for vehicles, and that's what I essentially needed. Right now, everything is like totally black and like silver chrome looking, and I really like it. It looks very chic, doesn't it? But I love how I put in this light timber on the flooring, because it just makes it feel a lot more warm and homey. I'm just so glad that I did that, because if I went for just like a white flooring, I have a feeling it wouldn't have looked as cozy. So yeah, it kind of makes it feel like come together a lot more than it would have, and we end up just going for white walls. So we do have the kitchen area right in that sort of opening entranceway, and then we have a connected living space. I do pop in a TV, a tiny little TV, and we have the bedroom, the workspace, all in one. We have a little bit of a divider there, but I do get rid of that later on, just because I wanted to put in something a little bit less, I don't know. I was going at first for modern, and then I end up being like, I don't know, I kind of would give it a retro feel. I really love the wall covering that I have on right now. It totally matches the flooring. And we also have a bit of a steering wheel here. I nearly forgot, like, we want to be able to move this building, don't we? Or move this bus. So it definitely needs a steering wheel still. And I only just fit it in there. I don't think it would be really that usable. I kind of later on make the outside look like it's been parked for quite some time, but definitely your Sims could pick it up and move, and I think that like makes a lot more sense. You know how like in The Sims you can move houses around? I think it would be really cool to have like a series where you do that, where you live in a caravan or a school bus and you move around the world. That would be epic, but maybe later on when there are way more worlds in The Sims. Right now I feel like it would be kind of useless like doing that because we don't really have that many places to explore. But we have the school bus currently parked at Windenburg. It's in one of the smaller lots on top of a hill, a very scenic little area, and I think it just suits it so much. Definitely somewhere where I would park and chill out for, I don't know, a week or two. And now we're putting in a little coffee table. I love the very soft palette I went for this. We do have like the black contrast in there, but I just love the wood next to it. It's just such an interesting mix. I usually don't like black furniture at all. I'm totally against, like, I don't know why. I just really don't like black furniture, or especially a kitchen. I never ever would do this. But somehow it looks all right in this build. I really like it. It matches the outside, the exterior, and in the inside, it still looks quite nice. Like, it doesn't look stark or grim. It just looks modern, I suppose. So now our kitchen looks very cozy and neat, tucked away in the corner there. We have so much storage space that I've kind of tried to utilize. And yeah, everything's starting to come together. It's so weird because with these builds, I do watch a lot of videos on YouTube, as I was saying before. So I do kind of have inspiration at the back of my mind, but I usually am not looking at photos or anything. Maybe one day when I make my own house, one day, possibly, I might be able to use all of this knowledge that I've been, I don't guess, practicing in The Sims to decorate and create my own house. And oh man, I would love to just renovate a tiny little terrace house here in Melbourne. Oh my gosh, like I love the idea of a tiny house. Don't get me wrong, guys. I know last episode I was saying all of this stuff, like a big opinion about how society kind of brainwashes us to want a big house. And I still totally believe that. But I am absolutely in love with these small little terrace houses that we have here in Melbourne. I just absolutely adore them, the whole style, how they're historical and everything, just the facade. I really want one, and it's not because I want a big house. It's just because I kind of want to buy a rundown one and just like build it up from nothing. I don't know why. In my head, I'm just like, oh my gosh, maybe I should do that in another build, like a renovated terrace house. We'll see how we go. But yeah, let's get back to this build. I'm getting off track, but my opinion about tiny houses and big houses alike still stands. I still believe that we've been taught that we have to work and work and work until our legs fall off, until our hands bleed. I don't care, whatever. Gosh, that got very morbid very quickly. But I also think that do whatever you want. It's up to you guys. You know, if you want to get a big house, get a big house. Doesn't matter. It's up to you. But if it's not in your price range, don't feel like you have to get a loan to live and be happy. Because like, having a big house shouldn't be the top of your priority list at all. And that's all I was saying. I know some people were kind of not offended, but they were a little bit confused as to what I meant, because I kind of did say it in a very abrupt way. And yeah, I'm just sort of a easygoing person. I like any house as long as it is cozy and just, I don't know, you can tell when you walk into a place if it's loved, and it doesn't matter if it's big or small. But I have to say, the best and nicest houses that I've walked into throughout my lifetime so far have been small houses. I just feel like people put a lot more love into them, and yeah, essentially. So now this place is really coming together. We have a little bit of a wardrobe, open wardrobe out the back in that corner next to the bathroom. I don't think I work on the bathroom quite yet. And look how groovy the living space is. Oh my gosh, with that leopard, oh no, it's not leopard, what is it? Tiger print. Oh my gosh, tiger print rug. Nearly got that wrong. And then we have like this big feature piece on the wall behind the lounge with all of these different neon lights. I thought it would be so cool if the Sims who lived here, I don't know, I imagine they'd be very trendy and they would collect all of these different neon lights from wherever they traveled around the country. You know how like usually people will collect bumper stickers or magnets? Well, these people collect neon signs. So I think that's really, really cool. And I also just love how people on the road who are on the road a lot seem to have these quirky little traits. And I just wanted to kind of include something adorable like that. And I hope it looks good. Like, it is very different, but it brings so much color and light into the room. And I am liking that half wall so much more than that decal. I just feel like it opens up the room a lot more. The other wall was kind of making it closed up and just bulky. I didn't like it at all. And now it just looks so much nicer. I like the little dining table that I included there. You probably could fit in one more dining chair, but I really didn't want to risk it. And oh my gosh, these ivy vines. We have to have some fake vines in a house, right? Or they could be real. You could just imagine they're real. Personally, I feel like the people or the Sims who would live in this renovated bus would be definitely hosts and kind of quirky, but they would enjoy having guests over and hosting parties. There's a nice little sitting area. There is a dining table. I would assume they would have other fold-up chairs that they could pull out for their guests. And yeah, it just looks like a fun party space. So I do give it the Kaleidow? I think that's the lot trait that makes it like a party place for people to come over, or it's a place where people enjoy to be. I gave it that lot trait. I also gave it romance because it's just such a lovely little space. And what else did I give it? I can't remember. I may have given it sunny aspect because it has all of these grand open windows, which I just enjoy so much. I just love it. Like, imagine being on the road and just like looking out these windows. How cool would it be? Oh my gosh, I can just imagine this bus like rolling up past us, overtaking us on the highway or the freeway, whatever, and being like, whoa, man, I want that bus. I need me a bus like that. Come on now. And we are trying to light up the place a little bit now, which was a little bit difficult in these tiny little spaces on the side. I thought about fairy lights, but I didn't want to take away from the simple, chic feel to the place. And of course, I do have a very over-the-top painting behind the bed right now. But don't worry, guys, I do replace that later on to a chalkboard. It just looks so much nicer. I feel like the people who would live here would be doers. So they have a couple chalkboards around the place where they would write their to-do lists. And I'm not sure exactly what industry they would work in. Maybe something to do with building. They could even be gardeners. That would make sense because wherever you go, you're going to find work to be a gardener, I reckon anyways. And now we are up to the bathroom, and I do put a talking toilet in there. I think it's a talking John. So the Sims that live here are kind of high tech. They do like the nice things in life. So they aren't exactly, I don't know, a minimalist type. But you could also say that everything that they've included in this house is just what they need and they don't buy a lot. Well, you know what? I'm actually one of those people when I think about it. I do like higher brands just because, not super high-end brands like Chanel and stuff. I just mean like handmade things that cost a little bit more than like Zara and H&M, just because there's quality and actual proper design, unique design put into stuff. So like, I don't mind putting in a little bit more money for something that I know didn't come out of a sweatshop or was handmade here in Australia. I'm not sure if people in America do this or in the UK, but here in Australia, we are very proud of our creators, and most Australians do enjoy buying stuff that is made here, and I'm one of those people. But in saying that, what I meant by before being similar to The Sims was I don't actually shop a lot. I think that you should buy quality stuff that will last a long time. I don't think you should buy something flimsy from like Kmart and then it will just like break a couple months down the line and then you're gonna have to buy another one. Like, that is not sustainable at all. So in my mind, buy something quality that's going to last and it's going to be worth it in the end. So that's how I think about it. And I feel like these Sims in this build have probably saved up their money and bought a lot of quality stuff that they will keep for many years to come. This was the most frustrating part of this build, trying to get these wheels to not disappear, because I don't know, when they connect to the wall in a funny way, when you like, I don't know, zoom in on a different angle, they will disappear, and that's really annoying for when I want to take screenshots. These two wheels on this side anyways, they are working just fine, but I have a feeling we have one faulty wheel on the other side. So speaking of maintenance, if you guys want to have a go at fixing that yourselves, you definitely can. I really tried. It was so fiddly and I just got over it. But at least I got the facade and the front of the build looking top and proper. And now we're making a cute little sitting area outside. I had this giant bonfire. I put in a small camper one, and I also put in a tent. So this is a really cute addition that I wanted to add, because what if you have visitors, but you only have one bed? Yeah, they could sleep on your couch, but if you have a tent set up outside, that is another living space where they can just chill out and go to bed on their own without having to change the inside of your tiny home that much. So I really like that idea, and tents can be up for quite some time. Tents are actually quite durable. Like, I know usually when people go camping, they'll only go for a couple weeks, maybe only a week at a time, but my brother actually left a tent up in our back paddock up for probably 2 months, and it was totally fine. Totally fine. I don't know how, but it was like months and months, probably more than 2 months, honestly. So yeah, it kind of is something that could be semi-permanent. Maybe they'll clean it and fold it up and put it away every now and then, but I really like the idea of having a tent there. And now we are adding in a bit of a storeroom, mechanical, I don't know what you'd call this room, bits and bobs room. So all of the extra stuff that they don't want out in the open, that they want hidden away, will be at the back here. So this is also the area where they would probably have their generator or their machinery that has to deal with a solar system or something like that. But yeah, that's where I wanted to put all of that stuff out of the way. And now we have a cute little chalkboard above the bed too. I hope you guys like that. I really like the idea that they could wake up and write a different note, maybe their dreams above them. Really love that. I really want to get into something similar like that myself, where I write down my dreams, because I hate that I'll have a really good dream or something like, or not a good dream, but it will be like have a meaning to it. And it will really like irk me for the rest of the day that I can't remember this dream. Oh my gosh, don't you guys just hate that when you can't remember your dreams and it's like on the tip of your tongue? Oh my gosh. And also something that I'm not sure if you guys noticed, I did put in a door at the back of that tiny little hallway next to the bathroom, and that has a bookcase on it. So it's not supposed to be used, but I thought it was kind of cool to have that wall, the door, has another use to it as a bookshelf. So not sure if the Sims would actually be able to get into that room, but it was meant to be just like a fun little quirk to the house to make it feel a little bit more realistic and trying to use as much space as possible. I really hope the Sims can use the bookcase still, because that would really suck. I did add in some plants here and there just to add to the aesthetic because it kind of looked boring without anything around it. And I do make a little bit of a driveway at the front of the build to kind of make it feel like they drive in and out of there all the time. And doesn't this look like such a groovy little place? Like, it looks so relaxed. Like, I never thought a black renovated school bus would look this awesome. Like, it looks so trendy. So we have homey, convivial? Oh, so that's the word. I actually don't know that word. I think I learned something new, but basically it means like friends and that will really like it. It's kind of like a chill place to hang out. And then we have the romantic aura. So yeah, guys, that is it for this build. I hope you all enjoyed. You can find this on the gallery. My username is just Kaleidow. And of course, you can check out the hashtag tinyhome to see the rest of the builds that I've made in this series too. But yeah, guys, I hope you all have a fantastic day. I love you all to bits, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.